Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? What's up, fam? Durham City fam.
What up, sir? Durham City Val. That's right. All my people in Pickering, all my people in Ajax, Whitby, Oshawa. Shout out to you guys.
Yo, it's your boy Denver right here.
And it's your boy Josh. We're back with another week of NFL. Now we just probably gonna talk randomly, man. We're just gonna try and touch everything.
Yeah,
Gonna touch it all.
I'll touch a little bit of NBA, but focus on NFL. But NBA season starting, I think, starting next week, fam.
Yeah, man. Have you been watching the preseason games?
I'm watching a few of them. I like even obviously we're Raptors fans. But like
Mm-hmm.
Chicago's looking nice. They're gonna be an underrated team. Like they kind of got a good roster. Like Like I was like, what? They got Lonzo. I forgot they had Caruso. Obviously, they got DeRozan now, mixed with Zach Levine, and they got I think Vucevic at center. So they got players. Like they're gonna be a decent squad. Like they're a team on the rise. So I don't know why, but that team popped out at me. You know, a lot of highlights and stuff like that. So Chicago's gonna be a good team.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you, man. They're definitely a sleeper. They put together a good roster. I mean, definitely, stating all those names like Lonzo, Zach Levine. I mean, they're going to be a great backcourt. Got DeRozan. I mean, a Toronto favorite right there. So they definitely got a good squad together. They're definitely going to surprise the league. I'd say we'll see how far they make it in the East. I mean, the East is definitely easier than the West for sure. So, but I mean, you got your juggernauts. You got your juggernauts like Brooklyn. You can never sleep on Milwaukee. Miami's also looking good too. So I mean, the East is going to be interesting, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm really worried about the Raptors for sure. Like, I'm just worried because we have a lot of young guys. Like, I saw that. I mean, Drogic's there, so he's a vet. You got Van Fleet, he's still a vet. We gotta try to incorporate a lot of the new guys. Like, I think it's Precious. We have him playing forward for us, and then we also have, you know, the rookie Scotty Barnes. And so, trying to get these guys developed and involved hopefully good enough for us to sneak into the top eight. So still got high hopes for the Raptors. Hopefully we make the playoffs this year.
Hopefully, man, we'll see. I mean, there's still just a lot of teams that we really got to beat out, though. I mean, if you think about it, a lot of teams are getting better in the East. I mean, Atlanta for sure. Um, I don't know about the Knicks being as good as they were last year, but they were they were decent too. So man, it's gonna be really interesting. I'm
Yeah,
excited for the NBA season.
me too. Yeah, I'm excited too. Hopefully we have hopefully we're an underrated team. Hopefully the East looks really strong. I think we still get that 8, 7 seed. I know it's not like what the expectations as they were when Lowry was here, and and you have obviously Kawhi was here that for that 1 year. So expectations
Mm-hmm.
for me aren't that high. Like I don't think we're gonna go to the finals. I ain't gonna start saying that, but you know what I mean.
No, we can't say that.
As long as we can get to the playoffs, maybe an upset in the first round, I'd be good.
I feel you.
Low expectations.
Jeez, I remember Jogic saying that he didn't even want to play for us. Is that even still a thing?
Yeah, that's weird. He didn't want to come here, and then they kind of died down. And I seen him in the preseason. Like, okay, so he's here. I feel like they said he's only has 1 year left on his contract, and so he's a good trade option like midway through the season. Like build up his value if he plays well, and look to trade him and get assets or draft picks. So that's an
Mm,
option, but he only has 1 year left, so he ain't like he's long term. He's not a long term.
yeah, exactly.
He's just like it's a 1 year stopgap. So I mean, if he can give us good minutes and good play, maybe we should keep him. If we have good chemistry with with Ben Fleet, with Flynn, so yeah. So hopefully, like, he can give us some good minutes, some good play. But he's a little on the older side, so it's good for that
Yeah,
veteran presence, leadership, stuff like that.
yeah, definitely need that veteran presence in the locker room. Man, can you believe it? We're like really rebuilding like all over again.
I know it's weird. Like, I mean, it's really weird. Like, I hope Scotty Barnes can become like the player that everyone thinks he's gonna be. I know everyone's talking about his shot. You need to fix his shot. His shot's a little shaky, but he gives us a lot of energy right now. Hustle, defense. So I feel like that would be like a good pair with OG, because OG, he's a very underrated defender. I feel like he doesn't get enough praise. Hopefully this year he can get the recognition and maybe get on like an All NBA defensive team.
Yeah.
OG playing great defense. Van Fleet's pesky. Scotty Barnes can play great defense. And if we can get like a good defensive squad, it might give us a chance to win more games than people expect.
Yeah, I definitely agree, man. I'm hopeful. And yeah, like you said, OG is really like underrated. Like he's like a 3-and-D type of guy, like
Exactly, yeah.
people don't give him his praise enough. He's really developed with us as well. So man, we need to start giving him his flowers from now. Hopefully when they, as the season progresses, the NBA gives him his flowers, his I don't even know the word I'm trying to say.
Praise, his recognition.
His recognition, exactly.
Man, it's tired on a Friday. Monday's a holiday, fam. So you have another holiday.
I know it's Thanksgiving. Again, shout out to all the Canadian listeners out there. Happy Thanksgiving.
If you're American, you will know what we're talking about, because in America it's November. But in Canada, we're early in October, so it's Thanksgiving weekend this weekend, so we got an extra day off, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I swear Americans get a day off too, but they observe it as Columbus Day, I believe. So they still get a long weekend either way, but this is our day of thanks. The Mondays are our day of thanks. So I got a lot to be thankful for. You got a lot to be thankful for, Denver.
Yeah, man, of course. Shoot. New crib looking like it's gonna be a ting, dog.
Okay. I'm happy about that, man. I'm happy for you, bro.
Yeah, fam. Yeah.
Happy for you, bro.
You gotta still wait for a close it out, but then it should be good to go.
All right. It's gonna be big things. Gonna be big things coming for sure.
Yeah, if we have any Atlantic listeners, on the Atlantic coast, if you know anybody in New Brunswick, let me know. I'll be out there. Help a brother out.
Yo, watch my boy Denver over there for real. Yo, watch over him. Anyone in the Atlantic coast, man.
Any Jamaicans on something, go on, reach out to me.
Reach out to him still. Protect that man. Protect him, yo.
Oh, man.
Yo.
Don't kill me, dog.
Yeah, fam. So you want to go over the 4 games that we had our predictions on?
And what was the record? Did I win this week?
I honestly don't know. We're gonna have to go through it together. Let's see here.
Pull my pen and paper. Make sure I get the right stats right here.
Yeah. Make sure you're recording it, man. Hey, don't go erasing any of my points now, huh? To try and make yourself win.
Nah, dog. I hope you remember who you voted for, dog.
Of course, I remember. The question is, do you remember?
Let's see.
All right. So, and yo, you wanted to put money down on it too, right?
Yeah, how much you put down? Like $5? How much was it?
We didn't even really make a wager, but we can make one right now if you want to.
It's like you already know the numbers, Sam. Are you trying to cheat, dog? What's going on?
I don't know the numbers. I'm looking over it for the first time, bro. I swear. All right. So we picked the Chiefs and the Eagles. So we both won on that. We both picked the Chiefs. We were correct. So that's one for us. That game was more exciting than I thought it would be. Patrick Mahomes is playing very well. So was Jalen Hurts. I was surprised, man, the amount of times Jalen Hurts actually threw the ball. He's looking really good, man. Like, I'm like, okay. Like, this man really took a leap from last week against the Cowboys to this week against the Chiefs. He was about 32 for 48, 387 yards, and for 82 for 2 touchdowns. So I mean,
Man.
like it wasn't like all those yards accumulated. It wasn't just like in garbage time, like he was really throwing up numbers, man. Really targeting Devontae Smith. Him and Devontae Smith really have a good connection that rooted from their Alabama days and it's continuing on in the pros. It's great to see Devontae Smith actually hauled in 7 receptions for 122 yards, man. So that's impressive. Um, yeah, I mean, honestly, I I don't want to be a bandwagon jumper, but I mean, you know how I hopped off the bandwagon last week? I don't know if I might jump back on because they look good, man. If they play this well against the Chiefs, man, they can really, do some damage against some other teams. Um, but yeah, Patrick Mahomes threw for 5 touchdowns, man. So I mean, he's the highlight of the game there, the superstar there. Um, 3 of those touchdowns went to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is unstoppable, man. Who knew that he would develop into this kind of caliber receiver, man? You just thought of him as the fast guy, the special teams guy early on in his career, and then really established himself as a true wide receiver, number one in this league, a true deep threat. He's just, man, I can't use any other word but different, man. He's different. What was your idea on the game though? Did you end up watching it?
Yeah, I know watching a little bit of the game, some of the highlights. Like we said, Chiefs got to outscore them. Mahomes gonna put up stats, put up numbers, put up touchdowns, put up points. So I knew the Eagles weren't gonna, keep up with them. But like I said, Jalen Hurts looked nice, and so I feel like even on the Eagles side, like everyone's praising the Chiefs, but I feel like if the Eagles, if they start playing better on defense, they could, win not a lot of games, but they could win a few more games. Like I said, Jalen Hurts is looking nice, developing well in the offense so far. In the first 4 games of the season. And so yeah, like I knew the Chiefs were going to put up points. I believe they said it's the first time Patrick Mahomes, the first 4 games this season, he threw for 3+ touchdowns. And so I mean, he hasn't thrown less than 3 touchdowns per game yet, and so he's going to put up monster stats this year. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's how I feel. I feel like the game was in Kansas City, right?
Yeah, it was.
So to go into
Well,
Kansas
actually,
City,
sorry, the game actually was not in Kansas City. It was at the Eagles. Sorry, I think I made that mistake last podcast as well.
yeah, but either way, Mahomes is gonna you have to outscore them like the Ravens did, and so yeah, I'll definitely status quo. It's funny how we think like Mahomes throwing for 5 touchdowns and having a great game is just like that's just a regular game for him. Like we're not even impressed anymore because like it's like what else more he can do? You know what I mean? At this point, we're
Mm-hmm.
just trying to see how well he plays in the playoffs because we know he's gonna ball out in the season. And so yeah, so Mahomes was Mahomes, and yeah, they played a little better on defense, but still like the yards they give up to Jalen Hurts, it's like I feel like they need to improve. Their secondary needs to play a lot better. Maybe get a lot more pressure from the pass rush next game or throughout the season because I feel like their defense is a little leaky. Like they can't be giving up so much yards, especially when it comes down to playoffs. You have to tighten up and play a lot better on defense. So yeah, it was a game when I expected. It was a shootout, and the Chiefs won the shootout. And so I mean, like I said, like every game to me is a matchup. So I always look at the matchups, and so yeah, not a lot of people are going to beat the Chiefs this year. I know they started off 1-2, but I think throughout the season, I'm favored them to win a lot of games just because I think Mahomes, when he gets his rhythm, 5 touchdowns, next game maybe 4 touchdowns, like they're going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, man. Yeah, the Chiefs group of guys, man, they're just again a hard group of guys to match up with. Um, but yeah, that's the W on our part, man. So we guys 1-1 right now. We'll see what the next game is on our list here. Um, Cardinals Rams.
Oh,
That's my first L. That's my first L. Because I picked the Rams. I was so hopeful for them. And you picked the Cardinals. So that was a smart pick on your part. Kyler Murray, man, he's really playing out of his mind, like
yeah.
continuing this MVP like ish run. He was 24 for 32, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, it's the way that he's playing that knocks your socks off. I'd say like those numbers don't really jump out at you, but it's if you're watching the games, you're seeing like he's making some like on point throws. Being able to escape pressure is just amazing to see. They also had a good run game as well between him and Chase Edmonds. Um, Matthew Stafford, he missed on some throws, man. I'm noticing, he's like he's really good, like I've been a Matthew Stafford fan, from his Detroit days, but he fails to connect on a lot of key throws. I say to Cooper Cup, to Deshaun Jackson, man. It seems like he doesn't have the like enough arm to get it to Deshaun Jackson down the field. It seems, some key throws to Robert Woods. He's making Robert Woods make circus catches just to, like, did you see that one catch on the slant? Like, I know he threw it like sidearm, but the way Robert Woods had to put all his effort into catching that, like come on, we need more accuracy, we need more arm on you, Matthew Stafford, man. Like, I mean, he's not that he's playing bad, but just certain key throws, in key situations that need to be, that need to connect, so. But yeah, what was your take?
Yeah, I definitely knew the card. That was actually a toss-up game. If you think about it. By the way, the Rams they won last night, and Stafford played pretty well, and so he rebounded. But yeah, that game was a toss-up game. Two great teams playing at a high level right now, in terms of the Cardinals and the Rams, and so yeah, I went with the Cardinals just because I think Kyler Murray. I'm believing him this year. I don't think they're gonna lose a lot of games. I think as long as he's healthy, he said like his decision making, like no interceptions, 2 touchdowns. So as long as he can keep, because he can kind of get reckless sometimes, meaning like trying to make, always looking for the biggest play downfield. So if he can play like, very leveled, keep the turnovers down and just, play his game, they're going to win a lot of games. And so I actually like the Rams too, but I just feel like the Cardinals were, based on the matchups, like I said, like Aaron Donald was going to get, he wasn't going to get to him as much because Kyler Murray can move in the pocket. I feel like if you're a pocket passer, QB, against Aaron Donald, it's game over. He's going to eat you up because you can't move. You know what I mean? Kyler Murray was able to evade him, throw the ball out of bounds, make smart throws, smart plays. And yeah, the Rams had to use their pass rush a lot. And so, if you run the ball, I'm not saying it's one of their weaknesses because they definitely showed it up in the game yesterday, but, definitely a team against like the Cardinals who play up tempo. I know I saw in the game a lot. On first downs a lot, they would, hurry up offense. And so, you don't give the chance for the defense to breathe and rest and substitute players. I think that was really critical. That's coming from the Cliff Kingsbury, style of offense that he brought from college football.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it's actually a perfect pairing. Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray, man. They're a match made in heaven, man. Perfect player coach relationship there.
2-1, fam.
2-1. That's you. Now. Yeah, it's 2-1 you, man. Shout out to you. But hey, I'm gonna make a comeback on this one. All right, I'm gonna make a comeback on this one. The next game that we had thought here. Let's see. Oh shoot.
What was the game?
Next game was Ravens and Broncos. We both picked Broncos. So.
Oh man, it's L.
Yeah.
You gotta believe in our man Lamar, man. We were doubting him.
Man. Lamar had a great game too. Like the man, didn't he have a 100-yard rushing game and he threw for 300 yards as well? Like
I thought he was hurt, man. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it either, man. But shout out to him. Lamar had like the game of his life, and what had also unfortunately occurred with on the Broncos side was that Teddy B had gotten hurt. So Drew Lock had to step in for him, and you already know how Drew Lock is. I mean, not necessarily. I wouldn't say he's necessarily a bad quarterback, but what is the number one thing that I say when you like to play quarterback in the NFL, you got to be able to protect the football. And Drew Lock does not protect the football. Like in the half that Drew Lock played, he threw an interception, no touchdowns, right? So it's like it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work for Denver. You know, with Drew Lock behind center, Teddy B is more trustworthy. You know, all he really needed to do was be a game manager to win games. Unfortunately, with him being hurt, put them in an unfortunate situation, and Ravens ran away with that.
Yeah, like Lamar Jackson's great. I definitely doubted him. I thought his back injury was like, man, back injury, he's not gonna be healthy. He's gonna run the ball, but man, nah, he was out here doing his thing. So I mean, yeah, that's one of the last times I'll go against Lamar. I'm not saying I won't go against his team again in the future, but you gotta believe in our man Lamar, man. He comes up clutch, you know. Everyone's doubting him, so man, we should go for him more. I just thought the game was in Denver, it was in Colorado. I thought Teddy B, like, you never know if he was healthy. Maybe they would have made a comeback, but Ravens came out strong and finished the game strong. And so yeah, I think as I said, it's the first time they beat Denver since like 2001 in Denver. And so I was like, just looking at those stats, I was like, they haven't beat them, haven't beat the Broncos in a long time at home. And so yeah, that definitely thought
Wow,
the stakes were
I didn't
against
even
them.
take in that.
But yeah, they came through, and so yeah, man, they look great. Lamar looked great as well. I saw him run the ball out of bounds, doing his thing. Like, it didn't look he was limited at all. You know what I mean? And
Not
so,
at all.
yeah, definitely. I want to see who they play next week. Um, yeah, if he plays like that for the rest of the season, yo, the progression is looking nice. He's looking nice. The Ravens might be like a team on the rise for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. Man, I wish I picked the Ravens there, man. I shouldn't. Yeah, doubting Lamar is the wrong thing to do.
Still 2-1, dog. Still 2-1. What's the last game? Either you tied up
All
or I
right,
win.
we're gonna tie it up here because it's the Bucks and the Patriots that that we bet on.
Okay.
And you were so high on the Patriots winning, you're thinking Belichick was going to, just from having all that knowledge on Tom Brady and having it for so long, he you know, know how to put up a proper defense to be able to, make Tom Brady not as effective. But, although Tom Brady wasn't the most effective and it was a low scoring game, you know, they brought it out to 19-17.
I told you. I told you.
Yeah, you did.
It was gonna be
You
a
did.
low score game. Everyone thought they were gonna blow them out. Like, how you gonna blow up the Patriots in New England with Bill Belichick? I was like all year a game plan for you. Like, nah, this is a big game. Like, he was trying to win that game.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, just imagine the headlines, that, Bill Belichick beat Tom Brady or Mac Jones beat Tom Brady. Like it definitely would have made, like, front page, like it's but again, Tom Brady proves again that he's the GOAT. And there's a reason why he is the greatest of all time. Um, you know, I was expecting more, definitely. I was thinking, there's a lot of throws that he missed in that game. Bill Belichick really put up a fight, with the defensive schemes that were, on the field. Um, but yeah, at the end of the day, they did what it needed to do. I also noticed there was a slight improvement within the defense for the Bucks as well. Before we were kind of talking about how they didn't seem as good and they were kind of suspect, but um, Richard Sherman, like it seemed like they attacked him a little bit, but
They
he
did.
he held up. But he held up though. He held up. Um, Again, defense did what they needed to do. Um, yeah, not much more that I could say. We got scared for a moment. I mean, Mac Jones did have the ball last, and it was down to a field goal, which could have very well won the game, but it was missed, and man, Tom Brady wins, man. You know.
Lucky. That always escapes with a win. This guy's no name should be lucky, man. Like, yeah, Mac Jones played well. I mean, 31 for 40, 275, two TDs. He had one pick though. That was critical. Um, But yeah, the defense played really well too. You see, J.C. Jackson played really well against Mike Evans. Like limited him to like not a lot of catches. So that was a great
Mm,
matchup. And J.C. Jackson actually got the best of him that day. I'm not saying that would always happen, but they had a great game plan on
yeah.
Bucks offense. Like Tom Brady, I think he didn't have a great I think completion percentage. I think his stats right here: 22 for 43 for 269, no TDs, no interceptions. So he
Hmm.
played well. He played okay. Mac Jones definitely impressed. Even Tom Brady and a lot of the Bucks staff said that Mac Jones he looked legit, and so Mac Jones looked legit. If it wasn't for they missing the game-winning field goal, that's a Patriots win. That's an upset. And so I think they got a little lucky, but
Hmm.
Bucks were favored. But I told everybody it wasn't going to be a 50-point blowout. Like, nah, man. Like Tom Brady came out and he's a little bit. He came out like he was pressing a little bit. Like he was trying to like really prove a point. But yeah, and Bucks are going to be a hard team to beat. But depending on the matchup, I think you know if teams can utilize that same game plan that Bill Belichick used, meaning like limit him. He didn't have Gronk, so Gronk wasn't healthy for the game. He might be out for the next few weeks. I think he has broken ribs. I could be wrong. Um, but yeah, and so I mean Gronk's out, so that's kind of a safety target. And they limit Mike Evans. They keep Tom Brady to short throws to Goodwin and AB. If you can give him those short throws, will limit the middle throws or the 20+ throws. I think you have a chance to keep the score close with the Buccaneers.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, it's a W on my part, like I said, you know what I'm saying? Bucks took it out. I feel like it's really, it was a whole bunch of um, things that probably went on before the game, for Tom Brady, a whole bunch of, maybe like a rush of emotion that may have went through him, um, throughout the game, just, playing in front of the New England fan base again, in Massachusetts, um, playing in front of, playing on the other team against his former head coach. It must have been a lot, going through his head, and maybe that may have impacted the efficiency that we usually know Tom Brady to. He usually is pretty efficient, but in this game, it's just it wasn't as efficient. So um, yeah, I guess just you thinking about those things and taking that into perspective. That's why you're pretty confident that Tom Brady was going to throw for 500. um, but again, they did what they needed to do. They pulled out the win, even if it may have been lucky. And yeah, man, Bucks are what, 3-1. So
2-2. Yeah, like, even last week we tied at like 5-5 or 4-4. I think it was 5-5. Where
yeah, we tied 5-5.
so now we're tied 2-2. So we're still tied, fam. It's still
This
tiebreaker right
is
here.
this is crazy, man. Like, like, are we ever gonna get like one up on each other? Like, I don't get it. I'm not gonna settle for these ties, man.
I ain't gonna allow you to beat me, fam. Oh man.
So moving forward to week 5, let's actually let's go through a couple of these games throughout for the week and provide our predictions here. Well, we already saw the Rams and the Seahawks game. We were briefly talking about that. Again, yeah, Rams played well enough. I mean, Matthew Stafford played well enough to beat the Seahawks, but I feel like that was also what need that was also due to the fact that Russell Wilson did get hurt in that game. Apparently, he will be out for a little bit, and Geno Smith is his backup. And even though Geno Smith played okay, he's
He's
not
gonna
that
throw.
good.
He's gonna throw a pick. He's he just has those moments where even with the Jets, like he's playing well, he's doing well. Everyone's like, yeah, and then he just does a pick, and everyone's like, what? He's just one of
Yeah,
those. I don't know. It's super weird.
Yeah, Geno Smith is not that guy. And it's surprising to me like how long he's been in the NFL for too. So but I mean, hey,
Yeah,
Seahawks like him, it seems.
I will give him props though. He played well yesterday, but that pick he threw to lose them the game. Um, what's his name? Tripped. Um, the receiver Lockett, Tyler Lockett, he tripped.
Oh, Tyler Lockett.
So he ran into a player and he tripped. And then because he tripped, when he threw the ball, he was kind of like expecting him to be there, and he was on the ground, interception. So I don't think it was 100% his fault, but it's just
Yeah.
like, man, just those moments happen all the time to him. So if Russell Wilson's out the next, they said 4 to 6 weeks with the dislocated
Tendon on
finger.
his finger. Mm.
Yeah, that's yeah, I feel bad
A
for
big loss. Yeah, it's a big loss, man. So how many games do you want to pick? How many games do you want to go through and
I
so
feel like
that
we should pick like an odd number game, like 5 games, so it breaks the tie. So if we always do even games, like 10 or 4, we're gonna tie.
we're
So
always gonna tie, right?
if we do an
That's
odd number game, then someone's gonna win.
that's
Hopefully.
smart thinking, bro. That's smart thinking. All right. Um, do you want to go through the games that you want? Because I believe I picked the games last time. Uh, so if you want, you can pick the games and I will just provide our predictions based on those 5 games you choose.
All right, bless. Let me look at some of the games. Oh, I see a nice one. Packers Bengals. Rodgers Joe Burrow in
Jeez.
Cincinnati though. The game is
Okay.
in Cincinnati.
Hmm.
That's a tough one to pick. That's a tough
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Who you going with?
Very.
I'm gonna let you go first.
It's very interesting, man. Because I remember I was saying, last podcast, I'm never gonna doubt Joe Burrow again. Like he's playing really well, but and they're going to be at home too. So I mean, like Cincinnati, they have a decent fan base, and there's a lot of Joe Burrow lovers out there. Joe Burrow has a great connection with um, Jamar Chase, man, from their LSU days. It's translated to the NFL, man. Really, I really noticed it's a smart strategy that NFL coaches and head offices have been making. Drafting quarterbacks and receivers from the same alma mater. That played together, that already had that chemistry. So, geez, but then it's like on the other side, though, I mean, there's a really good connection between Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams that they've developed, throughout their time in Green Bay. Devontae Adams has been a top tier wide receiver. Aaron Rodgers was just last year's MVP, man. It's it's really hard to. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like in terms of like the defense too, like when it man, and I'm trying to win, man. So that's why I'm trying to really be calculative, in this. Ah, man,
Who you going with, man? Who you going with?
jeez, man. I'm gonna go with Green Bay, man. Green Bay's gonna take it, man. Green Bay's gonna take it. I feel like just the experience that Green Bay has. I mean, Cincinnati is an up and rising team, but they're young. I'm gonna give it to Green Bay. I'm really going out on a limb though, because if that's I'm really going out on a limb on that one. What about
Yeah,
you, bro?
man, it's a toss up. Like I said, like my head is going for Rodgers. Like don't bet against him. My heart's going for like Joe Burrow because he's playing well this year. It's like I
Mm-hmm.
think you're right. Like I don't know. Like the Bengals are a young team. Like are they ready for that? Like are they ready for that? That's a big win if they get that. Oh man, maybe I go with the upset, but I'm like, man, I can't go against Rodgers. He's on the road though. Man, shoot. I'm gonna go with the upset here. I'm gonna go
Okay.
Cincinnati. Shit, man, I'm going for it. Joe Burrow in Cincinnati, big win. They got a great game plan. I'm a little stressed because the head coach of Green Bay, Zach Taylor, um, and he was with the Bengals. That's worries him a little bit. Oh no, Zach Taylor's with the Bengals or is he with the Packers? Head coach. I think he's with the.
Honestly, I need to fact check that because I have
Yeah,
no
fact check
clue.
that. But either way, I'm gonna go with Cincinnati. I just believe that Cincinnati will pull off the upset. I just need the defense to play well enough to slow down Rodgers. He's probably still gonna throw for 250. Still throw for 3 touchdowns, but if the Bengals can get that 4th touchdown, come down to the wire, I think it's gonna come down to Joe Burrow with the ball at the end of the game, a minute left on the clock. He's gonna drive them for a game-winning touchdown. So that's my theory. So, oh man, my defense worried me a little bit, especially against Rodgers and Davante Adams. But damn, like I'm gonna go upset. I'm gonna go Cincinnati here. I'm gonna go Cincinnati. I believe in Joe Burrow.
Okay. Right, that's our first disagreement. All right. You're going out on a limb there, but honestly, it's you're right, man. It's really a toss-up, man. These matchups, man. I'm just trying to think. Like, I know, Cincinnati secondary is all right. I mean, I know they have Bates at safety. Like he's been pretty good. I don't know who they have at corner. I'm just trying to think of who they have at corner.
And then they still got they have some young corners out there. Also, I'm worried going against having young corners going against Davante Adams.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers. They could definitely carve up. Because in addition to Davante Adams, he has Valdez Scantling. He has Tanyan at tight end as well. So he has some weapons. Burrow also has weapons on Cincinnati. I mean, with T. Higgins. But I mean, thinking of the secondary, Green Bay, they have a pretty decent secondary with Jair Alexander and Adrian Amos at safety. They have a core group of guys in Green Bay, and these matches are really going to be interesting, man. It's going to be really a toss up, as you said. We'll see, man. It's going to be interesting. Looking forward to that game, bro. Looking forward.
I'm worried, but man, Joe Burrow, come through one time.
That might be my first W, man. That might be my first W. What's the next game on?
Another tough game. Browns Chargers. Both teams again 3-1. Game is at Chargers. Baker Mayfield or the Beckham. That defense. Myles Garrett against Justin Herbert and the Chargers. Who you going with, man? It's a tough one right there.
Man, those are really two good teams in the AFC. Man, you're picking the toughest games, bro.
Yeah, man. Someone has to win next week, man. It has to be like,
because these games really can go either way. I mean, like Cleveland has a good group of guys. Baker's playing decent. They have a really good run game that even if Baker's not even playing that well, they can just rely on that with Nick Chubb and what's my other guy's name? He was previously on Kansas City. What's his name?
The Dreads.
Let me forget.
Hunt.
Exactly, Kareem Hunt. Exactly. So I mean, just that 1-2 punch, man. They strong, and then on the defensive side, the pass rush, man. They got a good DB core as well. But I mean, Chargers have been playing really well too. Man, really trying to think here. Really trying to think. It really could be a toss up. And you said it's in LA. It's going to be.
Yes.
Or is it going to be in Cleveland?
In LA.
All right, I'm going to go with Justin Herbert, man. I'm thinking that he's going to pull it out at home. Now, that's me really going out on a limb, but Justin Herbert's been really playing well. An exciting young quarterback. He really pushed the ball down the field. He has Mike Williams. He has you know, um, names are really escaping me, but he has weapons, bro. Um, I like their passing attack. Um, I feel like they're the type of team that can outscore you, just like how they did with the Chiefs and that upset there. So yeah, if Browns don't make those you know um, big plays down the field, which Baker's not that type of guy that really pushes the ball down the field, man. He's really still trying to grow that connection with Odell Beckham. It still seems a little suspect to me how they're still not completely on the same page. Um, so yeah, and Jarvis Landry's out too, so I'm gonna go with the Chargers, man.
Yeah, tough game. I just read a stat for Justin Herbert. He's 7-1 in his last 8 games. So, man, he's playing well. But you know what though? Cleveland last week won on the road in Minnesota. Their offense played terrible, but they only gave up 7 points on the road to Minnesota. Kirk Cousins put up stats. They still held 7 points. And you know what? If they're good enough to go there and squeak out a win, I'm gonna choose them for the upset. I'm going Cleveland here. I feel like Myles Garrett has a great game. I know Justin Herbert's mobile, but they can have 2 bookend rushers, and then Jadeveon Clowney, if he starts playing a little bit better, to pair with Myles Garrett, I think they're gonna cause some havoc for Justin Herbert. Keep him from getting into a rhythm, make him move off the pocket, make him make a lot of throws off schedule on the run, and I think if they try to disrupt him as much as possible. So all I need Baker Mayfield is to throw no turnovers and 2 TDs is all I need. 2 TDs, no turnovers. I think they can win the game. I'm going Cleveland right here.
Okay. All right. That's another disagreement on there. So we're really going on opposite ends here, man. We're really gonna find out who wins this week. It's not gonna be another tie for sure. The thing is, Baker Mayfield, I cannot see him, playing completely mistake-free football, man. He's gonna throw some picks, man. If you take it in, this man's only thrown only 2 touchdowns, throughout the 4 games that they played. That's not impressive at all. I mean, like, he really has to thank God he has Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt behind him. Other than that, he's not really making no noise. And because we know Justin Herbert, he really is that superstar on the rise. It seems, a great young quarterback. I mean, he's thrown 9 touchdowns so far throughout the season, thrown for 1,178 yards. I'm thinking, as long as his O-line can protect him, try their best against Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett, he can get some throws down the field, man. And again, the weapons that Chargers have, they're gonna make some long plays, some key plays that definitely can possibly take this game. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with my Chargers here. Hopefully they get me this W, man. And they're at home. Come on now. Let's not go against the home crowd.
Yeah, my phone just froze. So I might have to choose other games, but I seen one. We'll choose an easier one. Bears and Raiders.
And Justin Fields has been named the starter now.
Yeah.
Officially. Are you surprised at that? Let's do a little side spiel. Are you surprised that they just handed him the reins now?
I'm a little surprised. I mean, they came off 1 win, but you have to understand what their game plan. We actually called their game plan right last week. We said throw 15 to 20 times. Kind of like what thought Jalen Hurts was going to have a similar game plan, but they kind of look like they opened up the playbook for Jalen Hurts. So I think that's a different, I guess, level or a different experience or a different situation. I mean, Justin Fields, that's what they did. He only threw the ball, I think, 20 times, but they won the game. So he basically was like a game manager. And so if they can kind of do that formula, they could be successful. Only thing is that the game's at the Raiders, and man, like they can do it twice in a row. Just not buying it, man. Like I'm not buying it because I don't believe in the coach. But I'll root for Justin Fields, but I just feel like on the road, rookie QB, 2 games in a row to play well. I feel like the Raiders are going to do some things on defense, have some different coverage matchups and different combinations on defense that might confuse them a little bit. I'm gonna go LA Raiders. I think Derek Carr bounces back from their loss last week, um, and I think the Raiders are gonna win. I think Derek Carr's gonna play well. He has a lot of weapons. Darren Waller, he has a young guy Edwards, a receiver. Um, I feel like they're gonna play well enough, and he's gonna hit his targets, hit his receivers down the field, Henry Ruggs, and they're gonna win the game. So I'm going Raiders.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. No, Raiders are gonna take this, no question. I mean, um, you can try your best to manage the game with Justin Fields, but you know, putting the ball in Derek Carr's hands, he's gonna, definitely do something with it. He's a very, um he's a very he plays at a very high level, he's definitely one of those quarterbacks with good rapport. He definitely has a good connection with Darren Waller. Him and Henry Ruggs are kind of turning into, their own version of Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, where he's like, well, Henry Ruggs is down there somewhere. Let me just throw up the ball, and they've been connecting really because Henry Ruggs is an amazing young deep threat. I mean, another Alabama product right there. Um, yeah, I don't see the Bears really doing much. And the Raiders also have a good run game as well. We can always put the ball in Josh Jacobs' hands, give him some yards. Um, defense as well can carry themselves, and they're playing against Justin Fields. They might take advantage of his youth. So yeah, I can't see the Bears taking this one. Not at all. So we're both on the same page here.
That's our third game. We got 2 more games. Um, it's another tough one though. Bills Chiefs at Kansas City. It's the rematch of last year's AFC Championship game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had this talk with one of my coworkers too. They're like, "Who you got, Bills or Chiefs?" I'm like, "I got the Chiefs, man. I'm sorry, I got the Chiefs." And he's like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Like this is Patrick Mahomes, man, and I don't even like the guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even like him like that. But he's just again, it's as we were saying, man, this guy is just a 5 touchdown thrower, and that's a regular game for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as he has his core group around him with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce, and Mecole Hardman and Robinson, man, they just again just a video game waiting to happen, man. Um, can't see. I mean, the Bills are a very strong team. Um, Josh Allen is definitely, one of our star young quarterbacks out there in the league, but I can't see him in a duel between him and Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is I feel is going to prevail. Um, so I think this game may be a high scoring game just due to the fact that, again, the Chiefs are just again a video game, so they're going to score points anyway. And then just going against Kansas City's defense, I mean, as their defense, isn't the strongest, Bills could very well, score a lot of points. With Josh Allen's connection with Stephon Diggs. Um, so it's going to be high scoring, but Patrick Mahomes is going to win, he's gonna take out like he's definitely gonna rise up in this duel against Josh Allen. He's just a better quarterback. So that's me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Kansas City as well. It's tough to go against the Chiefs in Kansas City, especially with Mahomes. If the game was in Buffalo, though, I would go with Buffalo because Buffalo is a tough place to play, and they play really well at home. But because the game's in Kansas City, man, at Arrowhead Stadium with those fans, yeah, I'm going Patrick Mahomes. Like you said, to me, it's based off both offenses are strong, so I kind of cancel that out. And I'm thinking it's going to come down to the defenses and whose defense is better at, protecting the lead. And to me, that's the Chiefs because they've done it in the past. They've been doing it the last few years ever since Mahomes has been a starter. They're gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a high-scoring game. I think it's gonna end up in the 30s, like a 35-31 game or something. But I think you gotta outscore Mahomes. And so, is the team healthy? Yes. Whose defense is better? I think talent-wise, the Chiefs have a better defense. So if they play well, able to make timely stops, obviously Josh Allen's gonna put up numbers. But as long as they make those timely stops, maybe get a couple turnovers off Josh Allen, I think the Chiefs are gonna win. So I'm going Kansas City as well.
Yeah, man, we on the same page there.
You have to choose a game that's gonna break it. The fifth game is gonna break the ice right here.
All right, which one you got for me, bro?
Ooh, no, that one I think we're gonna both go for the same team. That's a big game. Eagles Panthers.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting.
You go. You going with?
Where's the game?
It's at Panthers.
Oh, it's in Carolina.
Yeah, in Carolina.
I'm just trying to think, because I mean, in Carolina's loss against Dallas, I mean, it's not even like did Sam Darnold even play like that bad? Like he's been playing well this year.
He played okay. He hasn't played bad this year. He hasn't played really bad this year, to be honest.
But he did throw 2 interceptions though. But
he's gonna throw picks.
Yeah, he's gonna throw picks. He's gonna throw picks. Yeah. You're right. Man, I like Philly for some reason, man. But like they're going on the road, and I'm just like that's just what's really. And whoa, what am I doing? Like, I mean, nah, Carolina's defense is too strong, bro. And they're really putting in places like they're putting in pieces, to be even stronger. I mean, they just got Stephon Gilmore and they also got CJ Henderson. I don't know, is CJ Henderson going to be playing in this game?
Last week he played a little bit. Like he played like 18 snaps, they said. But yeah, Stephon Gilmore, is he gonna play this game? I don't think so.
No, he's not gonna play in this game. I'm just thinking for future, their defense is gonna be even stronger than what they are right now. Like they're already currently strong. Because I believe Stephon Gilmore is still on like the PUP list, so he might not play till like week 6 or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Carolina actually might take this one, so I'm gonna go with Carolina. Man, and I would have loved to get I would love to be behind my dude Jalen Hurts, man. I'm a Jalen Hurts stan. I say this every week. I'm a big fan of this man, but it's just the pieces that he has around him and I guess maybe even the game plan. I don't think it's going to be enough to take it against Carolina's defense. I mean, they're gonna definitely put up some pressure, with Burns. They got an amazing linebacker with Shaq Thompson. They got a great. I mean, their secondary is going to be great again. But I mean, with CJ Henderson, I mean, it's going to be a help for sure. So just thinking, on terms of the defense, I feel like they're going to stand up to Philly. And I mean, Sam Darnold, he may throw picks here and there, but They got a pretty good offense rolling. DJ Moore is an amazing receiver. Um, I mean, they got a fellow Canadian with Chuba Hubbard at running back. I mean, he's actually been doing okay. Being a rookie and all. Yeah, and they have what, Dan Arnold as well too, I believe is what his name at tight end. I mean, he's a pretty decent tight end coming from Arizona. Um, they got pieces, man. Robbie Anderson as well. They got a good rapport. Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna go against Carolina, especially the game being in Carolina as well. So that's me.
Yeah. Thought you gonna go with your boy right here. You
You
know
thought
what?
you
I was gonna
thought,
go with the
but
Panthers.
I'm trying.
Put my pick. I think I'm gonna go with Philly.
Really? Wow.
Reading a stat here that said, Jalen Hurts and Sam Darnold are both QBs ranked top 10 in pass yards and rush yards right now. So they're both playing really well. But you know what? I believe my boy Hurts. I think he's gonna put up stats, man. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. Why I'm choosing the Eagles because Sam Darnold's gonna throw a few picks, man. And all I need is Jalen Hurts to capitalize on those turnovers to win the game. It's gonna be a high scoring game. I think it is, based on how their offenses are playing so far. And I think the Panthers' record's a little bit inflated. Like they're 3-1, but I don't know if they're a real 3-1. I would consider them a top 5 team in the NFC right now. I don't care what the record is. I just think they're not there yet. I think they need a few more pieces. Like their secondary is banged up. Like you said, they're bringing in C.J. Henderson. He might be playing this game more than last week, but that's why they got Stephon Gilmore because they're not 100% in the secondary. They're looking for help. And so I feel like John Hurt's going to capitalize on that on their secondary right now, and so I think he's going to go against their corners. Devontae Smith's going to take advantage of that. So they better have C.J. Henderson out there. That's going to be he's going to have a great game, and so I'm going Jalen Hurts. I'm going to upset. I'm going Eagles are going to make a little run here the next 2-3 games. I think Eagles take this. And I think it's a tight game, but I think Jalen Hurts goes and throws the game-winning touchdown at the end of the game to win the game. And so I'm going Eagles. Eagles all day right here.
Yeah, I can't believe we switched places, man.
Hey, man.
I can't believe it. Like you picking the Eagles and me going against them and picking Carolina. I mean, especially since Sam Darnold used to be your boy too. It's just, I don't know what was like. I can't believe we just switched roles just now. Like, yo.
Eagles gonna hurt, man.
I'm gonna be hurt. Like, I'm gonna feel some type of way. Like if the Eagles actually win, I'm gonna be like, wow. Like, I can't believe I went against you. Like, like especially since I claim to be this big Jalen Hurts stan too. I'm gonna feel some type of way if they actually win, bro.
Yeah. Dog, this is gonna be a good week. We're gonna see who's gonna win. This week should break the tie. It should be
for sure.
Tie again, like that'd be crazy. Like I'd be like, yo, bro, it's not meant to be, yo.
If we tie again, then there's like something has to be rigged, bro. Like like there's no way that we can like get one up on each other. We're just like we're just equal. Like
and that's why I chose that game because we only chose the same team twice. And so mathematically, one of us has to win next week. So it might be me, fam.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm pretty good with luck, bro. Luck is usually on my side.
Oh man, yeah. So that's the 5 games this week. Yeah. So, man, you want to talk about more NFL games, or we have to wrap for this week?
Sure. If you want to talk, just like, I mean, these games would be outside of our our little competition, but yeah, we can definitely look at all the rest of the games and give our thoughts on those if you want.
Yeah. What games we talk about? I mean, my boy Zach Wilson.
Hey, yo, honestly, Yeah, you know, I was hating on him. You know, I'm your biggest foe when it comes to you and your love for Jets, man. Like I'm always against them. I always try to put you down and whatnot. I know, but I gotta give you your kudos, man. When you know, when I see y'all done something right, I'm gonna give you your kudos. So shout out to Zach Wilson in taking that W against the Titans. I mean, that was shocking to me, but you know, he played a good game, man. He definitely did something right, you know.
Then
So
looking back at football on him, kind of like that old school Ben Roethlisberger back when he was like young. That
mhm.
backyard football, like making plays. Those two plays where he's on the run, tells the receiver like he's running a slant. No, go deep.
Yeah,
Double coverage, making those sick passes. He has potential.
yeah.
He kind of like exciting player, and so like go against the Falcons. I think that's a dub. I think we're taking that. I'm choosing them anyways, no matter what. I think we win that game. I think it's Jets Falcons at Atlanta, but um, I'm going. I'm going Jets. The game's in London, so there's no home field advantage. It's not a game. So it's not in Atlanta. It's in London.
Okay, so this is gonna be one of the games abroad. Okay,
I
I
go.
didn't even know they were doing it so early in the season, going to
Yeah,
London so early.
it's like always. I think there's more London games this year than last year. There's probably like 5 or 6 London games this year.
Hey, word. Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, next game
Shout out to our fans in London. Yeah, man.
in
You,
London
you get
town.
me. You get me.
What's the briskets? What do they eat down there? Briskets or biscuits?
Yeah, and a cup of tea.
Oh man, shout out to London, man.
Yeah. Shout out to London for real, man. I've been once, man. It was pretty cool. I mean, it's a little gloomy there, you know, every now and then, but
You've been
it's
there,
pretty.
never been.
Yeah, I've been there a while ago, like back when we were in like high school, bro. Long, long time. I'd
Yeah.
love to go again, though. I'd love to go again.
But what's there to do there? I want to go there for like a boxing fight, like a big like. I'm a big boxing fan, so they got a couple of good British boxers out there. But what's there to do out there?
Honestly, I don't know because you know it's always a different experience, you know, when you're traveling as a kid. So you basically do whatever is, you know, like on, you know, your parents' list to do, than going as an adult. Because, you know, if we were to go now, we could really see, okay, what is London like, you know, what is the nightlife like, you know, what are the tourist attractions, things like that. So it's always a different experience when you're traveling as a kid than, you know, when you're actually an adult. It would be cool if we went now, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I want to go to the soccer games because they have huge soccer stadiums out there, like fit like 80,000 fans, soccer stadiums. So they're
Yeah.
big like soccer,
Yeah,
soccer. Definitely
football actually. Football, right? Come on
football.
now.
I
I'm kidding. Okay.
gotta see a soccer game down there. It's gonna be crazy, but yeah, I want to
Yeah,
go
man.
one day. One day,
Yeah.
sir. One day.
One day.
Um, Lions, Vikings. Man, two bad teams, man. I don't even know.
I mean, Vikings ain't all that bad.
Bad, but
Lions, like, there's like a curse in Detroit, man. There's a serious curse out there. It's terrible.
bro.
Vikings are gonna take that one.
Yeah, I think Vikings taking that one. It's at Minnesota. I think they definitely take that one.
Yeah.
Think about Detroit last week when they it was Calvin Johnson's Hall of Fame ceremony. I guess like they did it at home first in Detroit. The owner
Mm.
came out and they just booed her, man. Like they're fed up of the losing. They're fed up of they still owe Calvin Johnson money. He came out and said they still owe me like $2 million that they made him repay when he retired. Like, bro, you're right. They're cursed, man. Like they need to pay him his money so they can lift the curse. Like it's crazy.
Yeah. Can you believe it, man? If only it was that simple though. Because I feel like this curse is even deeper rooted than that, man. There's probably so many wrongs that the Detroit organization has done that they have just too much underplate that that they gotta repay. And it's, man, poor them, yo. They ain't never getting past. They ain't never winning a Super Bowl. Like I will actually, I ain't want to say ain't never, but it's gonna be a long, long ass time, man. gonna be a long, long ass time. It's already been a long ass time.
It's gonna be a long season for them. Like, man, like Jared Goff, he ain't that bad, but like he ain't, I don't know, man. They, like, man, I
It's
don't know, like they just need. They're definitely like rebuilding is not even the word. I don't know what they're doing. They're definitely trying to tank.
Mhm.
And so I mean, tank for who though? Like Spencer Rattler in Oklahoma. Like I don't know if that's really an upgrade right now. I think they need weapons. Like I don't know. I don't know what to say about them. But if they get weapons in free agency and maybe some good draft picks, I might change my mind for next year. But this year is definitely a wash. It's a wash.
yeah, that's a throwaway. And I mean, would they take Rattler? I mean, wouldn't be like I feel like Sam Howell would be the better quarterback out of the two, wouldn't it? Or do you think Spencer Rattler would probably be like number one QB taken off the board?
Maybe number one QB. Actually, let's see how the season play out because Spencer Rattler, their team's undefeated right now, Oklahoma. So it depends on how he plays down the stretch. But I mean, he's kind of got that arm. They said he reminds them of Zach Wilson. Like he can make all the throws. He has a great technique. It's like a slingshot. The ball zips off his fingers. So they're all enamored with that. But yeah, let's see how the season plays out. But I like Spencer Rattler. I watched a show on Netflix. And that's why I was first introduced to him.
Oh, is that like Friday Night Lights, I believe, or
Yeah,
not?
something like that type of show. I forget what it was called, but he was in it and it showed him get suspended in high school and all that type of stuff. It's a pretty good show. But it was only like 2 years ago that he was in high school.
Yeah, yeah. I forget what it was. I just threw up Friday Night Lights, but yeah, it was definitely something. It was definitely wasn't that, but it was profiling high school teams, right? So it's kind of on the right track there.
Yeah, the
But
Lions
you,
the wash.
yeah.
Saints Washington fan.
Wow. Um, and I mean, we were talking before, we said that Sean Payton found a formula that works, man. You just make sure that Jameis Winston's on that little leash. You know what I'm saying? That little leash. Make sure he ain't throwing the ball more than 15, 20 times, and y'all got a W. Give the ball to Alvin Kamara. You guys are good. Give Jameis Winston his 1-2 shot plays here and there. I mean, those have been working because I mean, Jameis Winston has that arm. So, but at the other side though, thinking about Washington, I mean, Taylor Heineke is playing really well. Uh, I know we tried to we were like downplaying him a little bit last week, saying that he's just a good backup, but he actually has starter potential possibly. He's playing with a lot of confidence. Um, you know, he has definitely a good relationship with his receivers. You
Yeah,
know,
J.D. McKissick. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, Washington could very well play well enough and win. But where is the game though?
So in Washington.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going Washington as well. The Saints. Yeah, they gave up. They lost a tough game last week. The Giants came. They were down 11, came back and won that game. Definitely thought those Saints. They definitely gave that game away. Surprising. Yeah, like I'm definitely. I don't know. To be honest, I think I'm gonna go with Washington as well. Like you said, like Taylor Heineke's playing really well. Yeah, he could be a starter. He could be like a fringe starter or a guy that gives you like good like good minutes and good play. Yeah, he's looking well. Like he had a sick throw. I think it was J.D. McKissick, a sick catch. He like dove for the ball in the end zone. I was like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's playing well. But the only thing that they said, I just read a stat. It said on Washington football team, they're the third worst defense in terms of points per game. They've allowed 30.5 points per game every game this season. Like on average. So they give up around
Wow.
30 points every game. They're a defense. So I mean, so if we're choosing Washington, it's gonna be in a shootout.
Yeah, definitely. Wow, I'm shocked. And then I was also hearing though that a lot of Washington defensive players, like Chase Young. I mean, they have a great D line, right?
Yeah.
But I think they've been, playing selfish. Every one of them is trying to actually, they're rushing past points, to the point where they're all just individually trying to get the sack themselves, but they're not playing collectively as a unit to, ensure that, quarterbacks are properly contained. Um, yeah, if they can fix that, man, I'm sure if they play as a cohesive unit, they probably feel better. They could fix those numbers, um, and allow less points per game. But yeah, Taylor Heineke, I mean, if he keeps up this connection that he has with with Terry McLaurin, like, I mean, he's really solidified himself as one of the great wide receivers in the game as well. He's bailed out Taylor Heineke a bunch of times too. I mean, I remember seeing a throw that Taylor Heineke made, like while being hit, and it was literally just a toss up into the back of the end zone, and Terry McLaurin just worked back to the ball and caught it. I'm just like, wow, like that's a real receiver right there, man. Like, man, he's really solidified himself. Um, yeah, so I mean, if Washington's defense can, um, play more cohesively, make a couple stops against, the Saints and Jameis Winston, definitely it could be a W. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with Washington.
Look at a few more games. Broncos, Steelers. At Steelers. Steelers are 1-3. But the game is in Pittsburgh, so must-win game. I'm going Pittsburgh. I know Broncos. Like I said, we're not sure of Bridgewater, but I think, man, Steelers. They Mike Tomlin hasn't had a losing season ever. The worst season he's had was he had 2 8-8 seasons. So if they lose this game, they're gonna have to go on a winning streak eventually, because he's never lost that many games. So I think must-win game, backs against the wall this early in the season. I'm going Pittsburgh to beat the Broncos.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. Um, yeah, if Teddy Bridgewater is not healthy, and I don't believe he will be. Actually, I don't know. Like, what was the extent of his injury? Like, I don't even know exactly what happened. But
I think he's gonna play. He's gonna play.
if he's playing, then I'm going with the Broncos, man. Because, like I said, if Teddy is playing mistake-free football, um, you know, passing the ball, evenly distributing to, um, you know, Cortland Sutton, um, distributing to Tim Patrick, like, and Noah Fant, like those are key, like those are a solid group of guys, on the receiving core, on and at tight end. So, you know, if he continues doing that and relies on the strength of Denver's defense as well, I'm sure Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, he hasn't been playing too well. I mean, he's thrown 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So I mean, he's seeming to be really on that decline. I mean, with age. Um, yeah, I don't think Steelers can take it out, man. Sorry. Even if you are at home, sorry. I mean,
Yeah, man. If they lose that game, man, it's gonna be pressure on Pittsburgh.
yeah, he's gonna be on the hot seat. Yeah, he's gonna be on the hot seat if they lose, but I'm thinking they're gonna lose though.
All right, last game. Let's go 49ers Cardinals at Arizona.
Now that's actually an interesting game. Like that should have been in one of our predictions there. I feel like we'd probably be split on this one.
Trey Lance's
But
debut.
Trey Lance is starting though. Is he starting?
Yeah, Garoppolo's out. They announced it today.
Yeah. Actually, never mind. I don't think we would be split on this one.
We're going Arizona. I
Yeah,
like
I'm going Arizona too.
But Lance, he didn't look that bad last week. I was like, bang, remind me of Cap a lot. I don't know why, like just big plays down the field, play action throws. The ball, if the play's not there downfield, he's running the ball. I don't know, but I feel like his first start might be too much in Arizona on the road. I'm going Cardinals. I think they keep the winning streak alive. Kyler Murray's gonna keep playing well.
Yeah, bro. I agree with you on that one too. I mean, Trey Lance, yeah, he does kind of give you that cat vibe, right? I think it's, like their physique, and um just also their play styles too are kind of similar. I do believe in Trey Lance, but I just don't believe that he would be good enough to, outduel Kyler Murray, especially the run that he's on. You know, I just playing out his mind now, like the connection that he has with DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green is even, getting in on the fun. They got they got pieces, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's gonna be like if Kyler Murray is gonna continue on this run, it's gonna be another W. I feel like they're still gonna remain an undefeated team, and it's good to see, man. It's great to see. Um, that the just picking Kyler number one overall, the choice that Arizona made, a couple years back. Look at how it's evolved and how it's taken into fruition, man. It's really evolved into something amazing. It's great to see, man. I'm a
Yeah,
fan.
great chemistry on offense with Hopkins, um, all the weapons they got there. The run game, like he runs the ball a lot too. So like I said, he's able to scramble, make plays up the pocket, hit his receivers down the field. Yeah, I mean they have great chemistry, and I feel like I like their hurry up offense. Like a lot of times I know his last game, they get first down, they get into the ball quick. They're kind of taking out the defense from getting the rhythm and not substituting players in the game. And so yeah, I'm definitely going Cardinals. I think they might even blow them out. I think it might be a blowout.
Jeez. I mean, I at least want to see Trey Lance do something, but
Hopefully he plays well enough to keep being the starter. If Garoppolo's hurt. Like if
Mhm.
Garoppolo's like able to play, but like they want to like just wait it out a little bit till he's fully healthy, I think there's a good chance for Trey Lance to put a few games in and show everyone like, okay, like this is why I'll draft the top three. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I'm definitely going Cardinals on that one. Man, that's week 5 this week. Let's start some games, but we'll be talking here forever, dog.
I know, right? We'd be talking for a long time if we're gonna get into more stuff.
Man.
Yeah, bro.
All right, peace, my Durham City fam. Appreciate you taking the time to listen to us. Again, it's your boy Denver. Like I said, every Friday or Saturday, we try to do it on Fridays, but every Friday we give you guys the best sports and NFL's content every week. Make sure you subscribe. Do not watch without subscribing, as well as liking. Those algorithms look nice.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure you click the thumbs up, man. Support the podcast. Now we giving you some gems, man. Give you some gems.
All right. All right. Later, y'all.
Yes, peace, blessings.